Hey everybody, I'm Keith.
Okay.
And we're back again with our show. It's called Retro Vibes.
And Gen Z Eyes.
We go back in time. We're going to have Kay is going to kind of review toys of my generation back in the 70s. And this day, we're going to go back and review a toy that I grew up in. Me and my brother just loved and just played with all the time. Electronic football game. This was a blast. And if you'd had it today, you would really enjoy it. I know you would. Well, at least I hope you would. So if you're ready, we're going to go back. We're going to do an I Love Genie reverb right now and go back in time. You ready? Okay. This is, again, kind of a vibe of what it would be like if you were back in the 70s. Your hair would be a little fluffier, bigger, kind of like some bell-bottom jeans.
All right.
Be cool and be chilling. This is the electronic football game. Now, as you can see, just for what we got up here, the electronic football game actually had little guys on it, and it would come in each year. The games would come out, and it would have different teams. And usually it was whoever won the Super Bowl the year before, that'd be the teams that would come out with the following year. And the good thing about the 70s, it was always my Cowboys. Not so much now. They would never be on there. But as you can see, they had like these little bitty blocks you would put them on. And they have like little plastic, I don't know, like
figures.
Well, on the very bottom, there would be little plastic, like hair things. I mean, it was really kind of hard to explain, but it would vibrate. So what we would do is you'd get the football game here itself, and it would come in like a box like this here. So this is what it would come in. It would look like this. And as the years progressed, they would actually, I think, put the teams on the actual box. So it would be like the Cowboys and Steelers or whoever won the Super Bowl that year. There'd be the teams on the actual box each year. And then this is how it would look like when you play it. It'd come like this. It'd all be disassembled, and you'd actually take the field goal post and you put them in the holes here. And this little thing here was the control knob, and I'll show you with the video here is how it would work. This is a cool video that I found. So basically, what would happen is, see all these little figurines would be on little, and you could position them how you want, and then each play you would line them up just like this. Right? And you had like this quarterback. We never used the quarterback because it would just never work. You're supposed to put like this little foamy ball in there, and you'd push the thing back. But this knob back here on the end is your control, your speed. So in the back here, I'll go back in just a second. Let me show this here. This here is the field goal post. So you'd actually have a hole here, and you'd put the field goal post in here, and you'd have AFC and you had NFC, and then as the games progressed, you'd actually, I think you'd have the team names in there, stuff like this. This over here is the marker, the first down marker. These are little magnets, and you could like move it up and down the field as the game progressed. So basically what would happen is you'd put all your teams and you line them up, offensive linemen, defensive linemen, and then you set up your quarterbacks and your running backs, and you take this guy back here, and he'd have his arm position. These are really hard plastic pieces. It'd come with a little bitty brown, spongy, almost like a sponge, but it would be a football. And you put him in a position in his hand, and then what would happen is you would turn it on, and it would make this sound. Let me see if I can get it up here where he turns it on. And hear it going? And it would go. And the guys would move. And it would always do this. The guy with the ball would always go back here and just do nothing but circles. I mean, it never failed, right? And all these other players would run around. And so, so you would always have the guy with the ball always doing a circle. But the concept was that whoever had the ball, I think in this video, he shows the guy going in the end zone here because that's who it was. But the concept is the guy who had the ball would keep going, and then you'd have whoever your defenders were, if he actually touched the guy, like let's say this guy here had the ball, right? If this guy had the ball and he touched him with his plastic piece, that's where he was down at. So then what you would do is you would stop it, you would take your down marker and move it up to that position, and then it would stop it, and then you line everybody else up, and that's your next down to play. But it never failed because your guy with the ball was always going to circle, or he would take off, and he would start going backwards, back towards the end zone where he just came from. But this was hours of enjoyment for me and your uncle. I mean, we would sit here and play this for hours, and we'd line it up, and we would try to go, and then you try to I wish I had a picture of the bottom of these guys, because and you can see here, here's the other one that had like the, whoops, I just got rid of it. But it was the Super Bowl one that had the picture of the actual Super Bowl. But the bottom of it, of the players had like these, the material was like this little plastic. It was almost, it's hard to explain, but it was, they're little bitty, like hairy little things on the bottom. That's how they vibrated. Yeah. So that was a game. That was a football game. And we would spend hours on that. I mean, now think about your time now with AI and, your cell phones and how much things you can, I mean, even look at the games now.
We can play this on our phones now.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but you can't have as much fun as being able to pick your players up, move them around, but that's electronic football. So do you think, like, if you had something like that now, that would be entertaining?
A little bit. See, I don't know a lot about football, so.
Yeah. Well, I mean, just in general, like, just, put the players up and moving them around and stuff, and then watching your guy run around for 5 minutes and run backwards.
Yeah. I think it would be fun for me to try to figure out where to put them on and be like,
yeah, right.
Where do I go?
And then laugh because they go backwards for 5 minutes.
Yeah,
but then, like I said, you turn that. The funny thing was, you get frustrated and you turn that knob up really fast, and they would literally start bouncing off the metal and just go flying.
Oh,
so yeah, that was
that I would like.
So that's a good number 2. That's a solid number 2. Number 1's coming up next. Do you have your choice?
I think so.
Do you think you got it? We'll see how that goes.